Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today I have a car multimedia player, and if you can tell, I have earmuffs on because it is cold here today. However, let's open this up. I'll show you how to set it up, how to install it. We'll see what it does, what it's capable of, but a bunch of things on here. Access your smartphones, GPS navigation, make calls, music, message, touchscreen. Super easy installation. So let's open a box up and see exactly what we get inside. Okay, so this is the whole multimedia system, and it's got a front camera to it, which is pretty neat. So that is your power switch right there on the bottom. That is your screen, so you can tell it is a nice big screen. We got in here. Comes with a memory card, which is neat. 64 gigabytes. Very nice. And you get a bunch of different cables and stuff to mount this with. So let's open that up. Open one at a time, see what we get. So that is your kind of like your dashboard mount. So it's got a nice flexible base, so it should even go around to some of the more curvier dashboards they have out there. And then this kind of goes up and down and is very flexible. So let's kind of like see how that goes. It fits there. Okay, that should fit pretty good. And it does have a base to it. So that's a little adhesive silicone base to make it not slide all over the place. Got a peel and stick piece to it. Yeah, so it has a double-sided adhesive sticker. So this is a sticker part. So let's put that on so we can place that on our dashboard. Super sticky. Let's see if I can't do this all in one step here. It kind of mounts in here like this, and it wants to stick to my hands more than it does this. So that's good. And it's like one of that really super sticky adhesives, so I think that's just going to work really well. And I guess we're going to flip it like this. And then it has a back mount to it. So basically we just kind of like push that in and slide that up in place so it snaps. And then we have the ability to articulate that around to any position we want. And then this is a control panel that has all the hookups to it. So you've got your little card slot, your AV, your Type-C charge port, and then your rear camera plug. So I'll give you a kind of a close-up of that so you can kind of see that. So it looks like the orientation is going to be this way. So we're going to slide that in. And hopefully you can kind of see me putting this in there. And we're going to push it down. You'll kind of hear it make that nice little snap to it as it goes into place. Next envelope. And it's got mounting screws and a little piece of adhesive. And this is for your rear camera. So kind of give you an idea of how that is. So you can mount it inside on your glass with the adhesive, or you can screw it into a section of your vehicle inside or out. That's your option. And then that is what plugs into the back of this. And then you have the red, which is going to be your hot side. So you can connect that to your battery or something that has a positive connection in your fuse box. So that way the camera's always on. And you enable a memory to that. And again, when you're running a cable, depending on how this situates, you always can find like some room in this trim up here on the door and kind of push the wire into, and then you just kind of like push your finger along, and that will help you hide the wires if you route it up. I'm not sure where I'm going to mount this exactly, but that's kind of a quick trick for you to do, so you know how you can mount that. And then I'll probably just mount this in the back temporarily until I look for a permanent position, just kind of like for the video, so you can see what the camera looks like. And then this is your power cord. It is C, and it has that, I call them cigarette adapters, but they're your power ports now. I think they've been renamed, so very cool. Okay, so we got this kind of wound, and you get a generous length of cord for this. So if you don't have a power port in the front, you can probably put this in the power port in the back. And then same thing, you can kind of find little nooks and crannies that you can hide all your power cords to. So that's that piece. And we'll plug this in now. So we got that plugged in. So I have one in the front, and then I'm probably just going to wind it around my dash underneath, so we can kind of like hook that up and out of the way. And then your power port is going to be right here. So let's plug that in, and then you can see it turning on, and then that is where I plug that into. So we're going to mount this on the dash. We're going to place it on the dash, and then we'll see what stuff it can do. Also, make sure you peel is off, like the little lens protector on there, so you get a nice clear feed to your video. Okay, so SD card file format does not meet the requirements. Do you want to format it? So I guess on is to format it. Format is successful. So it's automatically car recording. So let's go through the different setting. So we'll have to set the time and the date on here. So let's go into so home obviously is going to just flip you through the couple of menus that are on here. So you can see that. So that is your dash camera. So it automatically starts recording once it's powered on. And I guess we can probably center that a little bit better, so that basically records everything that's in front of us. Pretty cool. So go back. You have Android Auto that you can click into, Android Auto mode, and then you can do the Bluetooth manage, so you can hook it up to your device. So it's going to be looking for your paired device, and obviously you can hook it up to your Android phone. I'm recording with mine right now, so it'll be kind of difficult, but basically if you go into your Bluetooth menu on your phone, you'll be able to basically find that device and you'll be able to pair to it. Very easy to do. So we'll go back out. So you have AirPlay and Bluetooth Bluetooth music, Wi-Fi video, CarPlay. So you have a bunch of different modes that you can go into there. So let's go back out, and then you have your settings. So this is all your little menu readings that you have on here that you can get into. Touch sound effect. You can format a new card if you want to put it in that. Reverse line calibration. So when you're using your reverse camera, when you hook that up, you'll be able to set your line calibration up for that. Recording time, you can set that. Resolution, you can go in and you can put in what type of resolution you want to record from. We'll do like 4K for this. Back in settings. So I'm still getting used to it myself, but you have like a screensaver mode, off, 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever you want to do. You have the ability to change your different languages on here. So just click that off to get back out. Gravity sensing, so it can detect if what your orientation is automatically. Driving position, left hand, right hand. So if you're going to Europe, or if you're in Europe, you can change that position on there. Very neat. So we'll keep that left hand. So you got to keep pressing the different modes. That CarPlay auto screen mode. So there's a bunch of different things you can do. Pull mirror back. You know, you can open and close that. So a bunch of different options on here. But again, super easy to get into. Super easy to just press the different menu settings on this to go into everything. You have your AirPlay, your Bluetooth music, that's right there. It'll tell you if it's recording, microphone, your Bluetooth connection. It'll tell you if you have a card in there. Wi-Fi, I'll tell you if there's Wi-Fi connections as well. And then you have your speaker button on there. And then one thing I did not see is oh, there we go. So factory restore, you can do that. Firmware version, you can update that if you need. Time settings, so we can basically set that for today, and today is March 1st, I believe. And then we set the time, so it's actually 3 o'clock, 3:54, 24-hour setting. Okay, so that's good. Let's go back to home and see if that has corrected itself. So actually it's Sunday, so we got to go back in there. But again, very easy to go in there and fix that. So we are okay, so back to home. So now we have the correct time and the day on there as well. But there's so much to this. I mean, there's definitely a lot to get into. But that's how easy the setup is. And again, automatically starts recording, which is great. So once you're moving, you can do that. You can take pictures if you had to. So if you see something you want to take a picture of, just take a picture of it. And again, very easy to position. So we're gonna position that probably like about there. And then the camera itself in the back is easy to move around. I just have a bad angle on it, but we can move that camera up. And that way we just catch a little bit of our dash. So that way we're constantly recording as we're driving. So we have that done. But anyway, that's about everything. There's a lot to play around with. There's a lot to hook up. I said I was going to hook up the rear camera. That may be on another video. But for now, I figured I'd give you the basics on how everything works. And the rear camera is basically just plug and play, and it will automatically detect itself. And then you'll be able to have a backup camera if your vehicle is not equipped with one. Part of the reason why I'm not doing that is because my car is actually equipped with a rear camera already. This would be a secondary one, which I personally don't think I need. I was looking for more of the different CarPlay features, more importantly the front viewing camera that was able to mount on my dash, so it picks up everything while I'm driving along. And again, you have a nice wide screen on that. But anyway, Brian from Garage Wall, thanks for watching, and be safe out there.